scary situation. I'm going to go out there, I'm going to be solid, and I'm going to stay clean. Try my best not to get hurt. A scary situation.
In the start gate with our first rider at the 8th Annual Magna Block US Extreme Boarderfest, presented by Subaru. And this is Ox Maloley from Grand Haven, Michigan.
Now don't let Ox's mailing address fool you. He's no stranger to big mountains. The last time I ran into him was in Chamonix, France. He also was a guide in Alaska, so he knows how to go off in this kind of terrain.
Also spent 8 years in the Wasatch at Utah. Now entering the burliest section for the final day, an area called Slot Rocks. It offers up some extremely difficult snow conditions and exposure to some serious danger, not only for our competitors, but also for our cameramen wedged in below the rocks, trees, and riders.
Nice turns through this section for Ox. You can see the rocks. It's what we call pepper. There's almost more pepper than salt on this hill, and there, and air right above the cameraman.
Look at the big chunks of snow break off. That shows you how difficult the snow conditions are. Trying to protect the camera. Ox Maloley now on about a 45-degree angle. He needs to make a clean exit from here to score well. Oh, and he does it. Oh, a little bit of touchdown. It's not going to count off much. A great run for Ox Maloley from Grand Haven, Michigan.
I'm just happy to be out here after being gone for a couple of years. So doing something like this and doing this well, you know, it's great. It's out of this world, man.
1 down and 4 to go here on Extreme Day. Plenty more to come with 4 riders, including 2 champions, still to go. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Crested Butte Mountain Resort for the 8th Magna Block US Extreme Boarderfest presented by Subaru. I'm Rod Elisha. It's an overcast day, and the conditions are very firm for our 4th and final day, Extreme Day. Joining me today, Kurt Hoy from Transworld Snowboarding Magazine. And Kurt, you had a chance to get up on the course, some really dicey conditions.
It is. It's going to be a sick contest today. Riders are faced with really challenging conditions, some of the hardest terrain in the lower 48. We've got a couple guys who've won this contest before, and they're going to have a definite advantage just because they know how to ride on this kind of snow in this terrain. But there's also a lot of young guns who are aiming to knock them off.
2 former champions up top, a lot of guys gunning for the podium. Let's go back up top. Our second rider on Extreme Day, 31-year-old Jeff Todd from right here in Crested Butte. Question in my mind, Kurt, does the local knowledge help the local riders?
Local riders have a definite advantage over everyone else. They know the mountain, they know how to choose lines, and they know how to billy goat through the rocky terrain. Jeff's a rider we've watched evolve over the course of this contest during the years, and he's riding really well today, strong and balanced, and you can see he's getting into a technical line.
Difficulty of line is one of the criteria for the judges. The other are control, fluidity, which is a constant direction down the mountain flowing like water, also form and technique, and aggressiveness or attack. He's got a difficult line here, but hung up for a little while. That's going to cost him in the fluidity category.
Fluidity points are going out the window right now, but Jeff is getting into a burly section, and there he goes, dropping in across the rocky face. He's got to be stoked with his line and should score well. Let's see what he can do from here.
Still a lot of work to be done for Jeff Todd. A steep section right here. You see a little touchdown there. Now trying to make an exit out of the trees. Maybe not so pretty, but should be a good score for Jeff Todd.
That one came out good. It was kind of ugly, but it's a burly line.
Jeff Todd with a 4-run score of 145.2 in second place with 3 riders, including 2 former champions, still to ride.
Yo, what's up? This is Coolio with the Florida Neighborhood Ghettoish Dr. Superhero, and you're watching Boarderfest on ESPN. Don't touch that dial!
Nice air for Danny Hartigan. He moves into the midway point of this run. Daniel just proves to show anybody can do this.
I mean, I got a bunch of free gear after that, and people have been helping me out, and it's just made it a lot easier to travel and go do what I love to do.
Danny Hartigan, one of 2 former champions, back to try and get to the top of the podium here at the 8th Annual Magna Block US Extreme Boarderfest, presented by Subaru, and being brought to you by Magna Block the pain. And by Subaru, the beauty of all-wheel drive. And by Paul Mitchell and Paul Mitchell Systems. We put the style in lifestyle sports. Back to the top, and we're set with Danny Hartigan, the 99 champion, and Kurt, he has to be one of the odds-on favorites to win today.
Danny knows how to get the job done, and earlier today, he told me it would be the rider who could stay on their feet that would take this contest. Here you can see him making clean turns, but he gets his weight a little bit back, throws him off his edge, and he almost slides past the entrance to Slot Rocks.
Danny's got a unique style. Sometimes you will see the arms flail, but he's almost always in balance and on top of the board. Making the entrance right now into Slot Rocks.
Getting into the more technical parts of the course is a key to doing well on Extreme Day. Difficulty of line is only one criteria the judges are looking for, but all the others are based on it. If a rider doesn't take a challenging line, there's no way he can do well in the other parts.
One thing I've always noticed about Danny Hartigan's style, he is very aggressive, has a lot of energy in which he attacks or descends his chosen line.
Solid riding on some challenging terrain. And you can see Danny actually sniffing out good snow where it's not easily found.
Great speed down the mountain, a great line choice. A super run for Danny Hartigan from right here in Crested Butte, our 99 champion.
Yeah! I'm psyched. That was awesome, you know. It's a nice technical run, just some tight turns. I took my time that run. Unlike my last 3 rounds, I've just been going as fast as I can.
Danny Hartigan back in a familiar place on Extreme Day in first place, but defending champion Clif Diamond still to come. Well, the guy's not the only one competing here on Extreme Day. We also had a female field go at it. This is Rachel Baskfield, the defending women's Extreme champion.
Rachel's a local girl, and she's gotten herself into the Slot Rock section. You can see a little bit of hesitation, but you can also tell how steep this run is because she can just reach out her arm and actually touch the slope.
One of the things I noticed about the girls this year, they have been going all out and getting into some terrain that typically only the guys tried before.
There's no such thing as a chicks line any longer in this contest. The girls are riding exactly the same terrain as the men and actually making it look really easy.
Baskfield held up just a little bit right there, but now getting into the really steep 45-degree section and riding it really, really well.
I like that run. There's nothing like seeing the girls throw down in serious terrain. Great run for Rachel Baskfield.
I just knew that I had to get in there again and go for the hard stuff to do well. So hopefully it fared well, and I just moved as fast as I could to avoid the nerves that were going on.
Well, Rachel Baskfield, the defending champion, has thrown down the challenge to this gal, Susan Mole, a 26-year-old from right here in Crested Butte. And Kurt, much like Jeff Todd, she has worked her way up through this contest into the upper echelon and right now poised in first place.
Susan has loads of support from family and friends here in Crested Butte. She's not as technical of a rider, but she's super confident and ballsy. She's not afraid to get into the gnarly terrain.
Now on top of Slot Rocks, you can see how the snow just crumbles away, and as the riders continue to move through here, there's less and less snow to work with. And there is lots of exposure below. You see all these jagged rocks. One mistake, and it could mean serious injury for each and every one of our riders.
Susan's keeping it moving, and that's what the judges like to see, is constant turns, no hesitation. She came into today with a strong lead, and with a good run here, she should be able to hold on to it.
She's in that same section that Danny Hartigan just experienced, and she is still finding some good snow in there. Nice flow down the mountain. You see her never stopping, very aggressive. She wants to win it, and it looks like that might do it for Susan Mole.
I feel pretty good. That went how I wanted to. Snow's not that bad. And feeling pretty damn good right now.
A nice day for Susan Mole. She is able to take it with a 150.3 score. Rachel Baskfield is second. Janae Deverell finishes third. Well, still more extreme action from our men coming up, and we'll also take a look back at a big air contest. Welcome back to Crested Butte, Colorado for the 8th annual Magna Block US Extreme Boarderfest presented by Subaru. Next up on Extreme Day, it's Teague Mullen, an amazing story. In an all-out effort to win 2 years ago, seriously injured himself. Here he is back competing.
I was kind of on the event high and was going for the gold and suffered the consequences. I tried to move, and there was a numb feeling, like it felt like it was dislocated or whatever, but I knew that there was something significantly wrong, that I wasn't going to be able to get back up. The pain got worse and worse. I was at one hospital, and they said that I could possibly lose my leg, so the solution that they had for me at Denver General was pretty good. I mean, they wanted me to be back competing, doing what I love to do, and yeah, I still have a plate in my leg, and I'm still going out, and I'm solid at what I do, and I feel strong. So I think everything that they did for me was a success for sure. The doctor was really supportive of what I do, and he related to everything that, you know, my lifestyle and everything that I do, and wanted to accommodate me in the best way that he could. I think it probably took me a good 3 months. My leg hurts like nonstop. I mean, my leg's probably gonna hurt for the rest of my life, and I'm gonna have pain. But, you know, the strength that's there, and what it comes down to is what's mentally in your head, and which you feel confident in doing is gonna make what kind of run you're gonna have, what kind of results you're gonna have in any kind of competition. It's really mental, and your body just follows it. I've done, you know, a few wakeboard events. Like I did a wakeboard event 3 weeks ago. I got 3rd place, and it's your first wakeboard run of the whole season, which is, you know, really good. You know, confidence builder that, you know, you're 3rd place out of like so many competitors. And then I put on my event and slopestyle boardercross, and it was confidence builder to be able to, my first heat, to wreck and to be able to catch up and get first in that heat. That's when I knew that my strength was there and my mental state was there, to where I had the confidence to where I can pass people and get the win. I went back there actually this year and looked at exactly what I did and stood on top of it, and I'm like, what the hell was I thinking? The bottom line is that I'm back here competing, and I'm going to do the best that I can do, and we'll see where I end up.
Many people say that had Teague Mullen landed that jump, he would have been the champion in 2000. But Kirk, here he is, poised to at least make the podium, coming into the day in 4th place with a strong run here. He could be on the podium, maybe even take the championship.
Teague's riding well, and you can see his legs actually working to absorb the terrain as he moves over this hard snow. Like a lot of riders, Teague has roots in the valley. He actually went to elementary school in Crested Butte.
Right now living in SANDPOINT, Idaho, where he is a terrain park manager. And you can see that he does not have fear, and he does not hold back despite the injury.
He's one of the more well-rounded riders in the contest. He can do anything from boardercross to big air, and as you can see, he's got no trouble at all on the steeps.
And that really shows how steep it is here. A 45 to 50 degree pitch. He can reach back and touch the snow. Again, one mistake and it could be serious injury, as we saw from that earlier story on Teague Mullen. But a great run right here. That should move him up. Teague Mullen from SANDPOINT, Idaho.
That was rad. Felt good all the way down. Got my first air, more solid than the first time. Went a little bigger. I gotta work.
47.2 for Teague Mullen. That'll move him into 3rd place with one rider, Clif Diamond, still to go. Well, Boarderfest is all about competition, but it's also about fun, like our triple air contest. Beautiful sunshine for our triple air day, and it was a great competition. All the riders went off, including our women's champion, Stacy Kunkel from Lakewood, Colorado.
Check out Stacy with a backside 360 on her first hit. Setting up for the second jump. Does a straight air grasser. Going into the quarter pipe. To front side 360.
That feels good. That feels real good.
So Stacy Kunkel, our women's champion, Jen Karsinski finishes second, and Cindy Kirk in third place. Our men's winner, three-time champion, Stefan Babler from right here in Crested Butte.
The cool thing about Stefan's run is he did the whole thing going backwards. He started off with a switch backside 360, went into a switch frontside 720, and finishes it up just kind of screwing around on the quarter pipe.
Props to Stefan Babler, a three-time winner in the triple air contest. Matt Weifels from Breckenridge, Colorado finishes second, and Jonathan Mamley third. Coming up, it's back to Extreme Day and our defending champion, Clif Diamond's final run. The second best run of the afternoon, and that is going to propel Clif Diamond to the top.
Got some new sponsors. I got to go to Switzerland actually this year. It was great. I had a good time. I'm glad.
A few minutes away from Clif Diamond's final extreme run. First, let's check out Boardercross.
Oh, fast. Fast and furious. Fast. Fast.
Fast.
It's fast. Sick.
Ucha wacha wacha ucha puka.
That's the thing about Boardercross. Crapshoot.
Anything can happen in Boardercross, and here's our women's final field. Stacy Kunkel, Jules Glendy, Rhonda Doyle, and Jen Karsinski. Off of the Wu-Tang, and it's still really tight. They're going to head off that first roller and then go immediately into a speed section.
You'll notice on a course like this, riders are going fast, but it's not overly steep, so wax plays a big part, as does the rider's size. Heavier, bigger riders will have an advantage being able to carry more speed down the course.
Jules Glendy out in front, Stacy Kunkel in second place, Jen Karsinski in third, and Rhonda Doyle way back in fourth place.
The middle part of the course is all about carrying speed and riding a smooth edge. Also, you'll notice the riders who don't check their speed, who point it straight at the jumps, are going to come out ahead.
Off for the next jump, and it's Jules Glendy dominating right now. Stacy Kunkel trying to pick up on her. A little check right there, and you see Stacy Kunkel move out in front. And Stacy Kunkel off the last roller moves into first place. A couple of checks before the whoop-de-doos, and it is going to be Stacy Kunkel from Lakewood, Colorado, taking the women's championship, her second event here in Crested Butte.
I don't feel anything right now. I'm just too excited. I can't even believe I just won. I was like, she's in the front. I don't win anything. I don't even win heads or tails.
Well, you won today. Stacy Kunkel, now a two-time champion here in Crested Butte. Jules Glendy finishes second, Jen Karsinski third, and Rhonda Doyle finishes fourth. Now our men's final. It's Ox Maloley, Nathan Park, Teague Mullen, and Chad Martin in the battle for the Wu-Tang. Little bit of mix-up in the air, and you see Chad Martin go down, and Teague Mullen takes the lead as they head into the speed section.
See Teague hanging on to the hole shot. His arms are out to stabilize him, and that's allowing him to focus on riding a clean line and milk the course for speed.
A super run for Teague Mullen right now. This could be a huge confidence builder. He talked about finishing third in a wakeboard contest. He talked about finishing third in a boardercross. But right now, poised to take the championship, except here comes Ox Maloley. On the inside, it's Ox Maloley. On the outside, it's Nathan Park, giving a big challenge to Teague Mullen.
Let's see if Ox can hang on over the last jump. Oh, Ox blows up. Let's see what happens.
Teague Mullen now in the lead, followed by Nathan Park and Chad Martin overtaking Maloley for third place. So it's Teague Mullen. This is going to be a huge victory. He is back. He is our champion. Teague Mullen wins Boardercross.
That was the best run of the day. They tried to get ahead of me a little bit. I got the hole shot. They couldn't hold on, and the air to flat held on, took on the money. So much adrenaline, I can't believe it. Come back after 2 years, do the board class, win it.
Safe to say that Teague Mullen is back, a big confidence builder, winning the Boardercross here in Crested Butte. Nathan Park second, Chad Martin third, and now it's on to our final run in the Extreme. At age 23, Clif Diamond already has a championship under his belt. He is the defending champion, came into today with the lead, but Danny Hartigan was right on his heels, and he's got to watch out for that on this run. He can't be conservative, he's got to be aggressive, but you can't make a mistake.
Clif's working his way down a section called the handrail, and eventually he'll get over towards Slot Rocks. He's got such a cool, casual style, it's almost hard to tell how steep this run really is.
A great run going right now. Some incredible degree of difficulty. A touchdown right there. That will count off just a little bit. But nicely done off of those pillow drops. And right now he's in the throat of the run called Staircase, making his way towards the section called Slot Rocks.
Clif may not be riding with as much aggressiveness as we saw Danny Hartigan earlier, but what he is doing is keeping it moving. He's fluid. He hasn't stopped or hesitated anywhere, and that's going to pay off.
I think he's got a slightly better line going right here, and here you see the exposure once again, choosing the middle throat section of Staircase. Nice pillow drop there. You see there's still some decent snow, although it can be tricky in there.
This could be the run to do it for Clif. He knows the terrain, he knows how to get it done. He's won here before.
Yeah, Cliffy.
The death cookie's coming down on our cameraman. He is right above him. Any mistake, and you can see it is dangerous in there. He's definitely chosen a difficult line. Now it's a matter of being aggressive the rest of the way. He's got to make a solid exit from the Slot Rocks. He spots the landing, and he nails it. The big question mark. Was it aggressive enough to overtake Danny Hartigan and win his second championship?
That was the line I wanted, and it was fine. It was a little more, of course, you know, more people went, but it was fine. I guess, I mean, hopefully it'll hold up score-wise. I mean, you can always go bigger, you can always go smoother. It's just the way it is, but hopefully it'll hold up for me.
It was big enough, it was smooth enough, and it did hold up. Clif Diamond, a repeat champion here at the Magna Block US Extreme Boarderfest presented by Subaru. The 8th annual Magna Block US Extreme Boarderfest presented by Subaru here in Crested Butte, Colorado has been brought to you by Magna Block. Magna Block the pain. By Subaru. Subaru, the beauty of all-wheel drive. And by Paul Mitchell and Paul Mitchell Systems. We put the style in lifestyle sports. Congratulations to all of our champions here in Crested Butte, and thank you for watching the 8th annual Magna Block US Extreme Boarderfest presented by Subaru. For Kurt Hoy, I'm Rod Elisha. We'll see you next time.
It's like his shadow. So it's right on his shadow. You see a shadow, and then you see the board pop up into the picture when he goes over the jump.